Holla, ballers and a brofist to you all. Where do we begin? Where do we begin as I sit here with you guys at 11 a.m. at 1 p.m. And usually you've had your recap by now, but if you've been following this race, you know why this is late. Oh boy. So yesterday, as we expected, Echo were just, not just on fire, they were volcanic. It was unbelievable. They were molten. They were hotter than FYRAKK ever could be. And they had the best raiding day of the race so far. They barely ever wiped in phase 1, all the way up until we'll get to the nerf. All the way through, it's just phase 3, end of phase 2, phase 3, phase 3, end of phase 2. And they pushed and slammed past Liquid. And they were just in the best headspace I've seen them this entire race. And then Liquid starts, and they're still considerably ahead. And it was just like, it was like just someone running in with gasoline, just throwing it on the fire, and that energy was through the roof. It's absolutely extraordinary. And then we had the best pull, the absolute best pull. And I forget the percentage exactly, but it was like 16% or something like that. It was pretty high. It was above 10. Oh no, it's 10.7, I believe, something like that. And then the message comes through on the Discord that the Race to World First Raiders have, so they all get the information. We're pushing a hotfix, and it DC'd Echo. Now, there's some controversy about this, because Blizzard said the hotfix should not have DC'd you because it's server-side. Shouldn't have happened anything client-side, but we double-checked our stuff, and nothing was wrong on our side. We all immediately thought, it was hilarious, right? So we're sat in the viewing room. I put a picture up on Twitter of it. We were in the viewing room. I'd finished casting. And they came to us and said, this might be a long night. So they said, you and Alex, who've just come off shift, we had Krista and Dratnos, who did an amazing job. Can you guys hang around for 4 hours till after their shift? You guys go back on. And should we be here till the end of the night, like in theory, we can then cycle you back in the next day. And we'll give you like this 4-hour gap, or we'll get Jesse and Jordan in and Ngura to go there. So we're all in the viewing room, and they have the pull where everybody just DC'd, and we're like, what the fuck? What's happened? Like, the whole screen froze. We're in the viewing room, and then immediately, literally seconds later, because we're on a delay compared to the players, Roger Brown just burst the door open. Where is, I'm not going to say his name, who's on the WeCore team. Where is he? Where is he? He sent us something. It's not working. It's broke. It's DC'd us all, because we thought it was a WeCore that had like disconnected everybody or lagged everybody's PC out or whatever, because they were in phase 3 when it happened. And Roger's running around like a madman to try and find him. And then it's at the same time, the message comes through. It's like, we've pushed a hotfix. We're nerfing FYRAKK. So we think it was that. Blizzard says it's not. We couldn't see anything wrong our side. Whatever. It doesn't matter. It happened. And then there was like despair, which clearly plays into Liquid's hands at this point, because we had mathed it out as best we could. The boss was killable. The boss was absolutely killable in its current state. It was going to be hard. Really, really freaking hard, but it was doable, and they still had a long way to go with their current strategy. And we were like, why now? Why on a Sunday? Still like, or why on a Saturday? This boss is killable now. We're not near the reset. And then all around, it's like, because there's a mythic phase. It's the only thing that makes sense. We've still got like Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday in the AU of progress. US has still got Sunday and Monday. Why is this happening now? It makes no sense. It's because the only thing we could think of at the time was like, because it's not over. There's more. We haven't even seen it yet. And then obviously widespread, it was like 10%. There's something at 10%. There must be, like there was with the jailer. Like, we're not even where we need to be yet at 10%. So we had all this going on. There was a lot of salt, obviously, because assuming there is, we had to guess there's a mythic phase, and we still haven't seen a mythic phase, and we've gone through 10% now, as you well know. But if there isn't, it was like, this is obviously the gut feeling here after a pull that was like 16%, and it was definitely doable, is that, wait a minute, we're about to go to bed. The guys have been playing since 8 a.m. It's already 9 p.m. when this happened, something like that. The guys had like an hour or two left of the raid. And not only that, it wasn't early in California either. They usually, if they're going to put a hotfix like this in, it comes at the start of the day in California. But it was like getting to near midday where they were doing it. So we were ultimately baffled. Obviously really annoyed, because it's like, we've made the best progress. We can kill it. We know we can kill it. And now they've nerfed it as Liquid has like been raiding for like an hour. Right? And they have all day in front of them. So, yeah, there was a lot of tension about that going on. But it seems that it kind of played into Echo's hands, which was really strange. And I would love to talk to Max at some point after the raid and see how they felt over there when this happened. Because we weren't seeing new. Obviously, I couldn't watch Liquid because we were watching Echo, and then I was back on the couch. And I was watching, I was like, we're not seeing a new best out of Liquid yet. And it's been a few hours now, right? But immediately, as soon as the hotfix idea got pushed, the correct decision at the time got made. Which Scripe just got up and he came in. He went, "We're here all night," and immediately, like all the people who were outside who helped the team and do all the social media and all that kind of stuff, all the business side of things, immediately just left the building. They went to the shop. It was Monsters, Red Bull, asking the guys, "What do you guys need?" And they like called a little break. "What do you guys need? We're pushing because we can kill this." And with this HP nerf, the feeling in the room was we could kill it probably pretty quickly, but we're going to need some time, like relatively quickly. If we go to sleep, more importantly, Liquid is going to kill it. And we lose the race to world first. We lose what we've put months and months and months of our time, effort, production, getting venues, flying people to Sweden. We lose again. And that is not happening. That is not happening. And so it was like, get what you need. So it was like, okay, we're strapping in. We're getting good. This is the way it's going to go down. Now, hindsight, and I see this so much online, is so comfortable, isn't it, my friends? So comfortable. Because obviously they got a new best pull. It was like 10.7%, 10.07%. And we actually got silenced at this point. So we're in the viewing room when this happened. They pushed to 10, and we're just watching the episode. It's like, show me 10. I was like screaming, and Alex was screaming. Nagura was there. And there was like a bunch of us in the room. We're like, show me the 10. Show me the 10. It's going to happen. Because if that would have happened, we would have immediately gone to bed. And it would have been totally fine, right? Because that's the discussion we were having. It's like, there must be a mythic phase. So it's like, if it hits 10% and something happens, we're going to see there's a mythic phase. And we're turning everything off and we're going to bed. Like, we're out of here immediately. There's no way we are pushing through because we've got another phase to work on. So we're like, show me the 10. It was like 11%, 10.09, 10.07. And then it just, everybody died. And so I think Andy was in a bubble or Thana was in a bubble. We're like, hold. And it stopped at 10.07 as they wiped. And them guys were screaming and we were like, oh my fucking God, dude, we didn't get to 10. Like, it was outrageous that we were so close, but so far off 10, where many of us were convinced there was a mythic phase coming. And that meant they've got to keep going. There's no rest, right? We've got to keep going. And then they came in and like, guys, you have to be quiet. Because we were screeching. Even though they wipe before the screeching, because we're on the delay, they're like, dude, you have to be quiet. And they like locked us in the room. Totally fair. So from then on, it was really a tense atmosphere here. Really tense atmosphere. We're watching Liquid, just a percentage, but we're following Echo, and they start to stumble a little bit. Not surprising, given the nature of what was happening. And then Krista and Dratnos' shift ended at 11 p.m. We hadn't improved since then, and me and Alex were going on. So me and Alex are chugging Red Bulls like nobody's believed. Me and Alex are just like guzzling Red Bulls, like we're going on. And I was like pacing. I'm like, we're getting the kill. I'm getting in that mindset, getting ready to cast the kill, I'm ready to go. And we take to the couch and we were like, we need to bring a good energy, right? I mean, we had like 100,000 people watching. Everybody's anticipating this happening. It can die in one God pull, and it still can. And we're waiting for it. And then we go. And we did get through 10%, and nothing happened. And my heart fell out of my ass onto the floor. I was like, no way. Freaking way. I can't remember if it was... honestly, last night is such a blur to me. I can't remember if it was our shift or Dratnos and Chris's shift or whatever it was, but we know we got through 10% and nothing happened. And I was like, oh my God. And then Alex goes, could be 5%. I'm like, you mother... No, there's no mythic phase. This is just that Blizzard knows this fight, because obviously they know more than we do, that this last 10%, this last 5% is excruciatingly hard to get through. And they probably nerfed the boss because they were like, guys, we know you're going to be here for another like 300 pulls to scrape off each percentage, and that's going to lead to a ludicrous boss. So we're not doing that. And you might need 3 days just to get through this next 3%. So it shows that Blizzard has a bit of smarts, right? And so we did our shift. So I finished my second shift of the day. So I was on the couch for what, like 12, 13 hours yesterday. And I finished at 3 a.m. And then Dratnos and Krista went back on. Hopefully I work on my eloquency before I'm back on the couch today. They went back on. And we were talking like, I don't know what we do here. Do we go home to bed? Do we stay and see the kill? They haven't made any progress in the 4 hours me and Alex were really on. And I was saying, I don't think they're going to kill it. And looking at the guys, because every time we flicked between the player cams, you got Flix was like this, Kush was like, and obviously the guys at home who aren't even getting the energy of being in the venue are definitely probably feeling it so hard right now. And they were making a lot of errors. I was like, they're not going to kill it. And Scripe, they took a break when we did it. And Scripe came up to me. He's like, we were talking about it. I'm like, you need to go to bed. And I said, you need a few hours sleep. And he went, yeah, but a few hours, they're going to kill it. And I was like, I don't think so. I don't think so. I said, they've got a prog this last 10%, just like you've been doing for a while now. And I think it's not going to die. But, I mean, I can only give my opinion. And then Scrap was like, and then it's like, I think it's killable. And it's like, it is killable. I said, it is, but not right now. And then he went and talked to some other people. He was getting opinions from everybody. Because obviously, it's all on him to get his boys over the finish line. But my gut feeling then is you're not going to kill it. If you need to sleep, and you need to hope Liquid doesn't kill it. And if they kill it, that's fine. But I'm not the one who put in the thousands of hours. I'm not the ones who've been slugging away. I'm exhausted, and all I've done is sit on the couch and talk about it, which is mentally draining to do the casting. But I've not been playing since 8 a.m., trying to play one of the hardest bosses ever. And there's amount of effort and grit, like, even to both guilds. And I'll say this now, because obviously we're awake now. It's Sunday. Liquid have had 6%, and they've gone to bed. They've had to make the call. They're feeling probably what we felt last night. Is like, there's still a lot of work to do on this boss. Let's go and get that sleep in. Let's go and do it. It is going to die, probably today. And the guys, I woke up at 4. I woke up at 9 a.m. So I got in bed at 4. I woke up at 9 to see that the message going out as the guys were starting at 1 p.m., which is when I'm recording here now. And then I'll be back on a little later because everything's been pushed back. So I was like, okay, I'm going to try and get some sleep. And then I checked, and it was like, Liquid have a 6%, but the fatigue is setting, and they're going to bed because they now have the same feeling that I had last night. It's like, there's still a lot of work to be done here. So we have some time on our side, and we can go to bed. So both teams have shown so much grit and determination and a constantly changing environment, like every single day. And these recaps have really shown that. Just a never-ending change of atmosphere, feeling, motivation, determination, and the mental needed to keep up with this for both teams has been just over the moon, like absolutely extraordinary to provide the race of this caliber. What happens today is FYRAKK dies. I'm very confident in that, unless there is a mythic phase at 5%. And who's going to take it right now? I don't know. Obviously, I want it to be Echo. I'm here. I want that to happen here. Liquid has equally as good a shot as it is right now. But the guys have just started pulling. I don't know what I'm going to say to you tomorrow, guys, but goddamn, what a race. Goddamn.